Now, Dharma, we can often think of that as being something that's really extraordinary. But what I want to invite you to explore in relationship to Dharma is, what is the calling of your soul? What gives your life meaning? What feels like it's a sacred duty? And if you were not following this, it would feel as though you were sinking. But when we're in alignment with our Dharma, with what life is calling us to live fully, the juice of our life, of our heart, of our soul, then you feel like you're swimming in a field where everything comes around to support the movement of this. So I want to, in a meditation, explore what the important aspects of coming into alignment with your Dharma is. And this can be very ordinary. It's not something big. I mean, for many of us, our Dharma is being a parent or being working in a hospital, not even necessarily as a doctor, but it doesn't mean some kind of grand position in life. It's not about an occupation. A vocation is a calling. It's something that we feel we have to do it. It's what gets us out of bed in the morning. Uh, it's what really fuels our soul. And for some of us, there can be a feeling of desperation to find this, because we may be in a place in life and work. I hear this often from people about being unsatisfied with whatever their work might be. And it's kind of like, punching a clock, coming in and coming out of work. And when I meet with people in sessions and on retreats, the question or the wanting is always to return home to my true self. And Dharma is a path which brings us to that true self, to the true calling. So for now, let's just go ahead and take a nice, long, deep breath. And just honor yourself right now, because showing up for meditation, showing up for you, is always the most important thing. To take some time to explore and be in your inner world, to listen in here, to let go of distractions. So take a few nice, long, deep breaths and come into a spaciousness of listening. And our focus for today is going to be an inquiry, which is, what am I being called to do? What is life asking of me? Duty can sound like a strong word, but maybe if you add sacred to it, what is my sacred duty? That's another way of saying, what is my Dharma? What is it that I'm to take up in life that is going to teach me more than anything else? What is it that's going to give me that sense of satisfaction for being alive? What is that is not only going to allow me to serve my own heart and be in alignment with the richness of my soul, but is also going to benefit others? This is always at the forefront of Dharma, is it's a sacred activity that not only we benefit from, but everyone around us does. So drop that question in. What is life calling me to? What am I here for? And let's just go into a wide space of listening beneath the shoulders, allowing for whatever sensations might be here. And for some of you, I know that you're already well into your Dharma, well into a meaningful sense of purpose. So relax more and more down in the body. Allowing the shoulders to relax down and open. And here we want to give space for the heart, the calling of the heart. So listening and feeling and sensing. So you can feel the entire territory of the torso and allowing it to widen and expand. Now, there may be feelings, emotions that happen along the way every time you come to sit. Let all of that be here. Meditation is where we welcome every part of who we are, every doubt, every anxiety, the variety of neuroses that may be here. Let yourself be neurotic, because that can very much be a feeling that happens, that occurs when we're seeking and listening for a greater calling. There can be a fluctuation of feeling, of wondering if I'm on course, or doubting that this is the course for me. So let all of that be here. It may feel a little bit of rumbling in the body and around the heart. There may be sensations or thoughts that come that say, oh, I'm not quite good enough for this, or somehow I need to prepare myself. So here is where we call upon the quality of discernment, that those sensations arise from conditioned thought patterns in the mind. So you drop beneath that and know that when you listen here, whatever we're called to, we're already enough. So it's setting aside the noise of the mind and listening into a wider space. What am I here for? So then the listening isn't only happening with the heart, but you're listening with the entirety of your being, with every fiber of your body. What are the movements, the activities in life that give your life meaning? What feels most important For some of us, this might already feel clear. And for some, it's still coming into clarity. And what will support that is setting aside the noise of the mind, not in a pushing way, but in a way that listens beneath anxiety, beneath doubt, beneath concern. Memories may come into your experience of times when you have felt very alive, very enriched. Let this be a clue, a nourishing piece of information that you can continue to digest and assimilate. So here we're discerning the call of the heart, the call of your being. That sense of aliveness that brings you into a field of energy where you feel like you're able to be yourself. You're just being yourself. Dharma is what's most natural to us. And when we hit it spot on, there's a certainty, there's a certitude, a deep knowing that says deep inside, with every fiber of your being, this is what I'm here for. And every movement strengthens the power of your calling. Every time that we follow that yes, this is what makes me feel very alive. So you let this discernment, it's almost like a blade of sharpness inside of you that cuts away the noise of the mind, doubt, concern, and settles, aligns with the aliveness of you, the sacredness of you, with a great capacity for a calling, a vocation. It's very different than an occupation. Dharma doesn't look for reward, doesn't need approval. So let yourself continue to explore. So this discernment can be very strong, feeling, listening, allowing yourself to align with a deeper force. And you have everything you need. And you know when you're in service of your sacred calling, because life will confirm this. Circumstances and situations will come into your field of vision that you may not have anticipated. And this will give a sense of reassurance. And right now, at this time that we're in, where perhaps our normal occupations are put on hold, it's a very good time to listen to the sacred calling of your life, what you're here for, what you're meant to bring forth. Because that which you bring forth will set you free. And if we don't bring forth what is within us, we live with a sense of sinking, of not being satisfied, of floundering. And we all know what that can feel like. So here, you become the choosing to discern, what am I here for? To listen how that speaks to you from your heart, from your body, from your soul. What's calling you forth? And just for the sake of experiment, let yourself name what that is. Even if you've named it in the past and have had strong clarity around your Dharma, your sacred calling, your vocation, let it clarify itself. Let it name itself. And then let the energy of you, it's like you had a switch inside and you turn it on in full force. So you go full on with all of your passion, with all of your desire, your utmost desire to live life to its fullest. hold nothing back. Let yourself write about it. Let yourself play with it. Dance it, move it, live it. Bring it into full conscious awareness. Let all of your activity line up with this calling. So it takes on a direction, a focus, with all your passion. So what you're actually doing is naming your gifts, identifying the gifts that you bring into this life. Name them and bring all your passion to the living of this. Commit to the living of your Dharma. With anything that happens along the way, any falling down, any bumping up against something in the learning, in the growing, in the maturing. Because it's much better to fail over and over again at your own Dharma, to learn from your Dharma, and to try to live somebody else's. Because when we try to live someone else's Dharma and follow in the shadow of somebody else, we won't feel alive. We won't feel satisfied. There will always be a sense of something missing, a gift within me that I haven't fully honored, that I haven't claimed to be my own. So let yourself be courageous to live your Dharma, to swim in the energy field of your gifts, not the gifts that you think somebody else has and you don't. That's just silly. Sacred calling, Dharma, is not something that we do for the sake of reward or honor or privilege. None of those things. We do it for our greater self, for the force of love that lives us, always in benefit and in deep care of ourselves and the greater good. What you bring forth from within will set you free. That's how we truly come home to ourselves. So our sitting, our practice is one part. And the greatest part is the activity of our life. How do we live out what we discover as we sit and listen to this deeper calling, the calling of your soul, the calling of your heart, the calling that you feel with every fiber of your being, the aliveness of you. So when it comes to the end of the day, you can say, well done, and know that to be true. Nothing extraordinary. This is for ordinary folk like you and me. Thank you for your subscriptions, shares, likes, comments. Have a beautiful day.